Jesus of Nazareth, good night, in the grace of my Father, Jesus of Nazareth. You can't imagine how nice it is to see his face, accompanying them. Of course the Father in heaven wants to see them happy and fulfilled. Of course the Father in heaven wants to see them healthy, and we intercede so that those conditions that do not allow it, like dark clouds, can dissolve in his life. In my name and in the name of God I come to dissolve the distances that are separating you from a full life, a quiet life, a life in abundance. I come to help you feel pampered and receive the affection that you require. And they can live in enough peace of their being to make things happen. We want them to be able to not only see those fearful truths that prevent them from achieving things, but to be able to transcend them, to be able to find new truths in the accompaniment of heaven in the process of what they want to do. I come to show you how many times you are afraid of what you want most, and how you justify that it does not happen in the feeling that God does not want it, in the frustration that God does not want it, and that is why we want you to feel those daily miracles, and in those daily miracles feel that from that gratitude and that trust in God great things will begin to take place, because you are the miracle itself. And when you reconcile yourself as the miracle, to no longer treat each other badly, to no longer offend each other, brothers, things work differently. Try not to speak badly about anyone, try not to form those groups of thinking bad things about others or justifying yourself by who is the bad guy or how you feed hatred. You feed social hatred, you feed family hatred, you feed a feeling of inequality, where if you are in an unequal condition it is because diversity is important, where everyone feels comfortable. And if they are no longer comfortable in the role of martyrs, and they are no longer comfortable in the role of saviors who get hurt, and they are no longer comfortable in the role of bad guys because everyone calls them bad, it is time to say, yes, I have had too much of this, now I allow myself to renew myself, and I allow myself to receive that accompaniment from my Father, so as not to continue passing all the things in my life through a filter of suffering and pain. And although many times we can participate with you expressing the same thing, I know that these words can echo, so that this time it is different, so that the magic is done within you. Sometimes you need to go and talk to a person over and over again until they say yes, and it is important to feel that this work requires work, it requires patience, it requires strength, it requires working little by little until at some point everything can be different. Sometimes the fact that things do not happen so quickly is because they are also afraid of going from one extreme to the other, even if the other extreme is very good, because it is said that those who do not know God are scared when they see Him, and that means that having so many good things happen to them is also a strange sensation that most humans are not used to, or believe that it is something that happened only once and can't happen again. Today I bless you, brothers. I accompany you and take you through your dreams to the God of love, so that you can feel His affection, so that you can dissolve doubt, sadness, dissolve anger, helplessness, the feeling of abandonment, the feeling of self-criticism, because something that I want to stop is that you do not treat yourselves badly, do not insult each other, do not have those recriminating fights, and it is not that you are going to put a veil over your eyes so as not to see your mistakes, but to learn to say things to yourselves with affection, and with the respect that you should have with self-love. If a mistake was made, if you failed, free yourself from guilt, from punishment. If you are able to forgive those people who have done so many difficult things to you and are still there, why can't you forgive yourself in the face of painful choices or difficulties that they may have had and were able to manifest at a time in their life? So we bless them and allow them to feel that joy of being alive. I always remind them that it is necessary to refresh themselves, that they do not get carried away with work, that they do not get carried away in leisure, that they do not get carried away in going through life without a purpose, not letting them get out of hand every day being busy, because it is important that they do not lose that balance. And the reminder is that they came to play and have fun, that they came to learn in a way that it doesn't necessarily have to be suffering people or suffering life. God bless you, dear brothers, and to convince you in this new energy of life as a walk, so that you feel it like an adventure. I am Jesus of Nazareth. Very good night.